I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Eldaman Guard. So in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzalek even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense.
I know I've said this before, but Dahnans and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion!
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
I think Hootle senses something.
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. They try to get in our way.
Out of our way!
Guardian Field!
All right, let me at him!
More for the shot pile.
All right, let me at him!
Ocean Fury!
But if they rescue us, you gotta just recover, okay? You are in tip-top shape.
Soon as I'm done here, I'll come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking.
Cut them apart to your heart's content. Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm... Right behind you, Shion.
Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo. Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo. Maybe something's going on in the forest. Little help.
Ready to go!
Flaming Meteor! Double Demon Fang!
I'll take out the legs with my shield.
Double Demon Fang!
I got you! Tiger Blade!
Crazy Captain!
Throbs in pain.
I'm gone!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize. Get lost!
Mirage!
Tempest Fury!
Falling Storm!
Tiger
Velocity Fury!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Good! I'll leave it to you!
Tempest Whoa! Hey! One at a time!
Over so soon?
There's something in the water. I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Where should I cast my line? Hup! Looks like I lost it. Looks like I lost it. Not my lucky day, I guess. There we go. I'll catch something bigger next time.
Nice work!
Where should I cast my line? And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey, though, huh?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
See you tomorrow. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Out of our way!
Airborne beast. My carry you to tread. Magna Ray.
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Carry you to tread.
You picked the wrong fight!
Nothing
Rising Wyvern!
Tiger Blade.
Plasma Shock!
I can carve through armor!
Falling Storm.
You're on! This one's all mine!
You're stronger than any Renan soldier I've ever met.
They don't just let anybody
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix
Cyclone! Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Glacial Spear.
Pierce evil.
You're on!
Freeze Lantern.
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my heart! When he slows down, that's our chance! Prepare to be sealed! Can't get out of this! Give me a discharge!
Raging Storm.
Take this!
Round and Pearl. Cyan Instant.
Plasma Shock!
Freezing Storm. Tiger Blade.
You're on!
Tempest
Ocean
Tornado.
Fury!
Falling Storm.
Plasma Shock!
Instant. Steel Force.
This one's
In a bind?
That's it. Thunderbolt.
Tiger Blade! You won't get away with that!
The Freezing Storm.
Going in!
Ice Tornado.
Ocean Fury!
Falling Storm. Tiger
Take
Blade.
this!
Now, Lost, get toasty.
Burn Strike!
Freezing Storm. Dance in the wind. Here's the Ice Tornado.
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all.
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual object.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought.
Not really, just...
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history.
But of course. There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Shattering the pieces!
Power of water!
This one's all mine!
My astral dance in the wind! It's a
Ignite!
duel of the arts! In here!
Stop!
Daring flame! Reload!
They got flyers!
I've got it! Let a marksman handle it!
Too fast! All yours! Damn it! It's time!
Falling freezing storm!
Lift up!
Here goes! This one's mine!
Astral
That's my cue!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix
Cyclone! Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Reload! Don't mind if I do!
Milan! Plasma shock!
Downfall! Here's a healing heart! Energy!
No further!
Vanquish darkness! Here's evil!
Showtime!
Torture blade! Divine strength!
Orochi Fury!
Make it rain!
I got it!
Got what?
I can chop up vegetable scraps and use them in the seasonings.
Should've known that's what it was gonna be about.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Damn. You weren't messing around.
delicious piece of
Rising
cake!
Wyvern! Not today!
Look sharp!
Rising Wyvern!
Get behind me!
Far enough!
Rising Wyvern!
I'll smash you! Blind freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Prepare to be sealed, please foot. Actually, perhaps found is more
Leave the
appropriate.
enemy's arc to me! More doing!
No complaints here!
Take this! You're finished! Take this! You're finished! Take this!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flares of Malisa!
Here's the healing arc!
This one's
Not
mine!
today! Let loose!
Do it!
Sion!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best. This might... be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands. Go no further!
Rising Wyvern!
Denied!
Try this! Infernal Forest!
Steel Force!
Burn!
I will still over here one part. Confiscate!
Mirage! Plasma Shock!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
Look sharp! In here! Discharge!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that.
Mirage!
Thank you.
Plasma Shock!
Steel Force!
This one's all mine! Rising Wyvern!
Sion!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
Not by a long shot!
Dance in the wind! In here!
Orochi Fury!
Tiger Blade!
Lightning and Flame of Fury!
Burning! I'm gone!
Take this evil!
This one's mine!
I can feel my precision improving.
I sure have built up a sweat for this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
That's far enough!
Rising Wyvern!
This one's mine! You want me?
Eat this!
Shattering of pieces!
This one's mine!
Orochi Fury!
One more! Did you see this coming?
Plasma Shock!
Go here! Embrace your sword!
Orochi Fury!
Do it! Do Halim!
All yours, Kisara!
Flame of Fury!
Plasma Shock!
Glacial Spear! Lightning of evil! Raging Cascade! Don't mind if I do!
Mirage!
Here's a healing
Plasma
arc!
Shock!
One more! First aid! Lightning orb!
Mirage!
More with that
Plasma
kick!
Shock!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flares of Malisa!
It's time!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Now!
Zero!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
You were practically a blur.
Together with your marksmanship, we make quite the team.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that. If I had to...
What's with that shining foe over there?
Hey, new equipment!
Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say.
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
Ignite!
Going in! Take
Rising
this! Where
War!
are you going?
Desperate spin!
You're on!
One
Blast
more!
the shot!
Bullseye! Here I come! One more!
This
Do it!
one's mine! Ridwell!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Nicely done!
All thanks to you.
Tempest!
Now you see what I can do!
You're on! Blast the shot!
One thing, wait!
You're on!
Lightning raging cascade!
This one's mine! Arc
You're on!
Desperate spin!
Air eruption!
Blast the shot! You're on! This one's all mine! You're on! Rising Wiper! You're on! Blast the shot!
This one's mine!
Eat this!
Going in!
Rising Wiper! You're on! Blast the shot!
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over.
Who said anything about letting off?
I'm gone!
You're on!
Not in your dreams!
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops! I feel sprightlier than before.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after. Don't get me wrong. For as long as I can remember,
Which in the end,
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, I'm grateful to you all for letting.
What are you talking about?
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing.
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it,
What do you mean, what do we do?
eating what you like can be good for morale in the
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does.
Yeah, to be honest.
Understood.
You hear that, Law?
Ugh.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's...
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to...
Me?
Rinwell, I don't.
That said, should you need my skills,
I'm sure no one doubts.
I wouldn't get your expectation.
Something wrong?
Not exact.
Etiquette?
Indeed.
That's not...
Yes.
What do you want?
Yeah, what he...
Perhaps.
That's because.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I will it would have...
You don't...
Nevertheless, having said...
Yeah.
If you say... I'll...
You're not. I just know.
Both of my...
Mine too.
What about you?
To be complete, they tend... What about you?
No.
One of the best...
I know that it may.
This
Why spend repairs? For you, nobody...
And you know...
True enough. Ideally.
However,
So,
indeed, much like...
It's still we...
What are
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Saar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me, why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
Enjoy.
Not today!
Falling storm. Weaken.
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
Speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
With one mind.
Glacial spear.
Here's evil. Ground and pound.
In a bind?
Looking good.
Let loose. Anything in order is all mine. Their arts were interrupted.
I'm ready to go.
Enjoy.
Healing circle. I never miss. Hey, that. Now see that you don't get in trouble again. Hey, that. Raging Cascade! I'll heal you all!
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
a light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahnan astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember?
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Hey.